Welcome back to another video. All who have subscribed to my channel already, big up on yourself. All who have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting on? You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. I knew you click on that subscribe button. Alright, so jumping right into the video today. So today we are going to talk about extension. So today's extension part 1. I'll be uploading another video for tell you about part 2. Because the way that thing along one video alone not gonna work, is it? Alright. I'm gonna talk about the most recent extensions. So the extension I'll be talking about is for 2022. This year, everything most recent. When I talk about what gone already, we are talking about this year. Alright. So first of all, is once you get through, you get a job offer. It all depends where you're going. You go to South Carolina, New York, Massachusetts, California, Washington, wherever you get a job offer, right? So normally for the H2B now we go for 6 months. So H2B normally run for that period of time. You know, for J1 you go for 4 months. Alright, so once you come on the H2B now, bam, you land for your work and thing. Alright, so me go be frank. Alright, so for example, South Carolina then. You drop a South Carolina, you work and thing. You know, whether you're in a housekeeping, pool attendant, landscaping, anything you're dropping, any department, server, busser, anything like that, right? So you drop in now, you start work. For example, for 2022 now, most petition never sign early. So you know the whole thing for the H2B run under lottery scheme. So if it do fact something happened there and the cap closed, for example, and cause you know for the US cap, you know it's like 35,000 people them taking resorts all over the world. Alright, so if in case the cap closed and enough people never get through, what happens is that once the cap actually, they go ahead and file again for the cap reopen, right? Because you know we want 35,000 people, and in fact, you want 35 people, but in the fact, you know, most persons in US, sometimes they don't really like the job or they go and it's not suiting for them. So they decide that, hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and leave this work. I'm going to get something else. So if in the case that, you know, we need more Jamaicans to come up, and that's the case, what happens is that once you go ahead and file the petition, then we file for the cap to be reopened, right? So once you file for the cap to reopen, a cap release that they call it, that's the name for it, that's the official name for it. Alright, so you know, some of we get through on July, you know, reach up late. You know, this is a thing that happens from time to time. We have no control over it. Actually, the employers have no control over it. It's just that some people, you know, it's kind of good when you put in the petition them early, you file for the people them early, because, you know, for the filing for H2B personnel to come in the overseas that normally open in September. However, if some employer choose to put in the names a little later than some, it's just that some are going to get you and some not get you in the timeline where we expect to get through. If we did not get through in the timeline that we expected to get through, which would be like probably July, August, so we'll go about, you know, reach up them time there. Alright, so you know you have the peak season. The peak season would mean the time which the hotel need us the most. That's the most busiest. So if the hotel need us the most during a certain time and we're not there, frankly, when time you reach, you know, things are going to kind of slow down. You know, work are going to set away, you have to scrape look at hours, and, you know, hours might cut short and stuff like that. Right? So in that case now, people be thinking like, what do I need to do then? Because, you know, you leave Jamaica and think of Jamaica hard. Me leave here, I'm going to tell you the truth. Jamaica na easy. You have to depend on look hustling or you do a 9-to-5 or something. Tell you the truth, if you not do nothing on there Jamaica, boy, it's sticky on your side, you know, tell you the truth. That's why we as Jamaican, we look the opportunity for go and, you know, we can work and thing. You know, when you go, you want to make a look of food and come back, you run off your business. Either you build a house, either you buy a car, either you have a business, you want to furnish out your house, you want to rent out your place, you want to stock out your shop. pick them off to school, and me I gonna be real with you. Some people in the program, I tell you the truth, boy, I'm really to know I'm respect on still in the car. Some people in the program 5 and 6 youth, you know. Jaja, it's not easy. It's not easy. And it's a big risk, I would say, you know, because you have to leave them, you know, and go for like 6 months, you know. Just imagine. Just breathe this for a second. You know, you go on the program and thing for 6 months. It's very, you know, it's very hard sometimes for some people to find people that are responsible enough to leave the kids them with. What we did for them during the book time, school time, extra lesson, pick up, drop off, food for cook, clothes to wash. You know, the whole as it relates to schooling them and, you know, making sure that they stay online, you know. The whole, as it related to the whole personality of them and everything. You know, being the mother and the father out of them life, everything just different. It's not easy, but me, you know, I am going through it also myself. But for a person that have a lot of kids, it's not easy. You have to make sure you have a good parental role as it relates to a guardian or your grandmother or something for take over, brother. That is the truth. But anyhow, alright, so you reach a South Carolina now, one thing you did if you know say contract will go up, because the thing about it, you know, with this job offer, you know, you see, even though you have your job offer run for 6 months, you see, even if you're late, the time will go up the same time was set upon your job offer. It's not gonna be extended longer. Some people kind of mistake that for everything, because some people feel like you go July, you go come back probably next year, March or something like that. No. So if a job offer run from April to October and you're reaching August, September, October, you're gonna do there for those 2 months. Some people don't know that, but right? So just so that you know that information. So when you go and think, it's up to you now to decide, because I see a lot of the agency them that take up people, they make sure let you guys know that, listen, rooms is available for extension, stuff like that is available for you guys to apply for it, right? A lot of people is not aware of that. Some of the agency, however, go ahead to give you the information that H2B Extension is available. So they actually give you the timeline that you have to go ahead to apply for these extension, because there's actually a close-off time for it, right? And then you have some of the resorts also have person there that works during the summer. So it's kind of hard for them to take persons that are wanting to go there for the winter. So what happens is they have to get rid of the summer people first to take you on for the winter. And our H2B is normally scheduled for the summer season, because most resorts not take on for the winter. You know, if you want to go to a winter extension, you have to check places like Florida. Those places that's always hot, I would say it. Right? And some of the places them actually lose business during winter. So it don't make no sense you try to go somewhere that, you know, they don't have any winter season. It's kind of good to look on the platform from early out, so you have enough time to go ahead to ensure that you have the, you know, the quick places that you have in mind. All right, so that's just the basis of it, right? It's good to have those information from early out. So once you have, because listen, extension is a thing like this. Alright, that's why I'm telling you, I have a part 2 of this extension thing, because there's a lot of information that I want to let out to you guys. A lot of behind the scene information that a lot of people is not aware of. And to come to the Amy Becky and subscribe here, people, you never done a better thing. Alright, so if you reach to this point and you have not subscribed, this is the moment to do so. Click on the subscribe button, right? Click on the subscribe button and share. People, a lot of information is given out here, and I know a lot of people want to know about this. All right, jumping right back. So for the extension now, it's normally you can extend up to 3 years. A lot of persons not aware of that too. So once, and the next thing about it, you cannot extend in the same state. A lot of people is not aware of that. You're not able to extend in the same state. So, for example, you go up and you're working in South Carolina. You're scheduled to work there for 6 months. So once you work there for 6 months, you have to extend somewhere else. Like after the 6 months, you have to go to Florida, Wyoming, Washington, California, anywhere else in the 50 states. You can go ahead and look an extension for once it's unavailable. Once there is an availability, you can go there. Okay. All right. So we're actually gonna go into the actual process when I do my part 2 of my video. All right, jumping right back. This is such a fun and exciting moment for me to let you guys know about this information, right? So once you go ahead and you reach at your South Carolina late meaning, I would say late is less, 4 months or less. That is late. So once you're there and you know you have the proper guideline, everything set out a yard first. Remember, you know, in a sense, you go up an extension and you worry and a fret while go on a yard. And extending up to 3 years, that's a lot of time. So the people them are married, the people them we have a lot of kids, a lot of responsibility, make sure you start out on yourself first. That is my advice to you. It make no sense you look for extension and know, say, boy, as you go up an extension, you go fret and wonder, you go reach home bag and if they pay them lunch money, not even send out and judge and rent, I go new landlord, I go lock me down and put up. It makes no sense. Make sure you settle on the things first. All of the women them are married, all of the man them have a wife. It's a big decision where everybody have to come together, talk to one another about. It's not a one-man thing. If you know, so you're not going to go up an extension, please to communicate with the other partner. Make sure you settle certain things. Because once upon a time, I was there also working on a program, and people there left their kids with auntie and uncle, and them call them in that Migla program and say, I want to come for the children, them. Or don't want end up in that situation. And I would not want to end up in that situation for myself. Me no wish that upon nobody. Listen, because when you go for work and money, you don't want nothing for kind of distract your mind and your mental space for kind of lose focus on everything. Please ensure that everything is settled first, and make sure that you guys have agencies that are willing to assist with extension. Kind of really easy as it seems, and you know everything out there is not straight. People out there make a food off of people that try to put them on extension in which they are not legal to do so. We get that part straight. People are out there trying to assist with extension and they're not legally able to do so. So please, me I beg you now go up on this extension and careful on now sending the money to people for assistance, help you, and them something they be very careful about that. Alright. So make sure you guys have the legit source that doing these things that can assist you. Several times the people try to do them something and see them using the last money for send it out for people help you know. And them know say them fake and nothing go and take out the people them last money and take for go buy all the food for the rest of the week gone. We no go rent money gone. Pick the lunch money gone. More than one time I see this happen to people, and I don't wish this on anybody for this to happen. So once you have a place in mind, it can be Florida, anywhere that is available for extension for winter, I would suggest that you go ahead to look into this. All right, once you're there, I would say you can work all a week, 2 weeks, all a month. But don't let that pass. Once you're late, you're late. 4 months or less, I consider that late. Right? Because if you take long to make up your mind and you come right down, then you're gonna miss the opportunity to put in a request for extension. You don't want to miss that opportunity, because if that time has passed, guess what's gonna happen, guys? You're gonna have to come back home. And a whole heap of people go up an extension and not ready to come back because you're not making enough money. Because listen, when you go where it don't cost much to go, because you know H2B things is like this. Once you pay your money, once you pay money to go, you are reimbursed back, I would say within 2 weeks once you arrived. right? So if you not try to go up on H2B and them a charge no arm and I like, me don't know about that. I've been doing this for years. I don't know about that. Alright? So people spend up a lot of money for go up on H2B, a lot of money. Meaning your shop. Because everybody that is subscribed to my channel and been watching my videos, I'm telling you one not go away. It's a little costly because you have to buy your things them. You know, make sure you have on a black pants, you know, 2 or 3 white shirt, socks, stuff. And I'll be doing a video on that too. Make you know like things we normally pack when we go away for H2B. Can you only left here for a couple months. I've been there several times and see people reach up and say, Jaja, me forgot to walk with this. Me forgot to walk with that. Me forgot to bring this. I'll let you guys know, right? Like, share and subscribe to the channel. You don't know why I miss them excitement here. So me I make you know the real deal. I make you know everything. So when you get up on the moment, come for go up an extension. You say, I'm Becky told you guys first. That one here. Alright. So I'll have a video for that. Also make you guys know when me normally pack when me I left your sucker. When me I pack me start pack all a week before. 2 weeks before. And make sure you have a list. But anyways, going right back on track, I will have a part 2 of this extension too. Make you know the process how you go for seeking a job. Make you know how you go for sending on a resume, on I-94, on a updated, you know, on the passport, picture page, visa page, everything. I'll have a part 2 of this video. Alright, and thank you guys for subscribing. Big up on yourself again. All who subscribe, big up on yourself. All who have not yet subscribed, wanna wait, man. I wanna wait, man. Me subscribe. Me share to some people. Me share to my friend, them, my auntie, my uncle, my nephew, my niece, everybody. Alright, so you know, drop on the comment, drop on the like, you know the video them. Big up on yourself. I'll have a part 2 by early next week or by the end of the week. When you warn yourself, keep it locked to the channel. Big up, big up, big up, big up.